I think the music is very important. I think in Trainsppoting it's absolutely crucial. Danny is undoubtedly the guy who leads the music. I'd never really heard of Left Field before Shallow Grave. He introduced me to them, and he certainly introduced me to Underworld. And my job really is then sort of working with the musicians and their record companies to get them to be interested creatively.
The heartbeat of the film, for me, was the Underworld album, Dub No Bass with My Headman, which had just come out, and I loved it to bits. And I remember giving it to John and Andrew and saying this is going to be the heartbeat of the film. And I remember they were a bit, especially Andrew was a bit alarmed. He thought it's all going to be this really heavy.
I thought he wanted to use this whole Underworld album. I thought, I'm not sure about that. But I think a piece of music that most people remember from the film is that end track. And I think there's even, there's typical arguments about whether that piece of music was what made the film or whether it was the film that made the piece of music. And of course, the truth is it's both.
Born Slippy, which is the famous one for the end of the film, that didn't arrive until editing because I was in HMV in Oxford Street because I tend to hang around there a lot, kind of sadly going through all the stuff. And I saw it and I didn't know that they'd released it as a single, and it had kind of failed as a single. But I just bought it and took it home and I heard it, and I think it was the second or the third mix of it on the single. And I thought, that's for the end of the film. There was a big turning point, which is you got Bowie's imprimatur or approval for it, and that accessed Lou Reed and Iggy Pop, and because of their connection.
When you hear those sort of, Lou Reed track, for instance, everybody knows that track, but used in that way, it felt just fresh again.
Choose life, choose a job.
I was absolutely delighted when I saw the first assembly of the opening, and there was Iggy Pop.
Basically, we knew we needed Iggy Pop because Iggy Pop was central to some of the characters and central in the book. Then it turned out Lou Reed, I think the editor put that on. The editor, Masahiro Harakabu, is absolutely brilliant at placing music and using music, like the Carmen. That was him. And that was partly because I said, when we need some cheaper music, and I went and got this box of classical music that was recorded in Eastern Europe or something that was going to cost, a few £100. I said, put this in somewhere. And then there was a little bit, when we got a bit more down the line of showing it to Jarvis Cocker and Damon from Blur and the guys from Sleeper, because we wanted some contemporary and wanted them to write something, or in the case of Sleeper, cover something.
Casual sex.
It's music. Everything, advertising, everything's with music, is using music. There's all these reference points. And you've got to try and get that energy.